Alright y'all, so I usually try to keep things professional on this channel. You know, I like to formally explain a topic, start at the beginning of a series so that anyone following my channel can completely understand what I'm talking about, but nope! Not this time! I'm unhinged today! To give a brief explanation, Amphibia is an animated series on Disney Channel. Girl and her friends get warped into this world with a bunch of talking amphibians, giant creatures, magic junk, stuff like that. She tries to figure out how to get home, all the while she also forms her own family with the Planners, Sprig, Polly, and Hop Pop. Found family, a bunch of adventures, a lot of fun characters, yeah. If you're into shows such as Gravity Falls or Owl House, then you're probably also like this show. The fandoms for these two feel one and the same at points, not gonna lie. If you want to watch it, it's on Disney Plus with all but 4 episodes there, with those coming in December. We're good? We're good now? You know what Amphibia is? Okay, cool, because I'm now gonna talk about spoilers for Season 3, so... yeah, alright. I'm actually unhinged now! Amphibia is a show that I feel like I've been growing to love more and more as it's gone on. I like Season 1 a good amount, but I only really have a desire to rewatch a certain number of episodes from it. But that season finale was fantastic, and was definitely the best of Season 1. Season 2 though was when Amphibia really started to amp things up. The continuity became even stronger with many episodes I loved, and a number of them having really touching moments too. This is also where Marcy got introduced, who is still one of my favorite characters from the show. Like, come on, it's hard not to love her. And don't even get me started on this season finale, like, wow, what a way to go out. That reveal with Marcy was utterly heartbreaking to watch play out, and it was insane watching Anne go full on Super Saiyan by the end, but it was all a fantastic episode. That final shot of Anne and the Planters being on Earth with that new intro left me so hyped for Season 3, and to learn it was already going to be here in October was wild. I've been following the show since then, making sure I tune in every week for that new batch of episodes, but as I'm writing this, the Christmas special just dropped, and now Amphibia is on full-on hiatus again until we get the second half of Season 3. I'm coping as best as I can, I swear. I'm patient. Still though, I've been really enjoying what we have so far as Season 3. It was such a bold decision to switch our main setting of the show back to the real world instead of the fantasy world they created. It's kind of like a reverse isekai, when the first 2 seasons were more of a standard isekai. Am I using those words right? Like, I don't care, I barely watch anime. They do a lot of cool stuff with this idea though. First off, Anne's parents are like main characters now. We've gotten mentions of them in the first 2 seasons, but I thought they'd just be in the background as a motivation for Anne to get home. But now they become part of the action and get in on the conflicts Anne and the Planners deal with. They feel like actual parents too. They have a bunch of nice moments together, and you can see how they slowly learn how much Anne has changed while in Amphibia, and how she's gained this new sense of responsibility. Anne's mom feels pretty strict with her, but you can see how she loosens up since she's been used to Anne being this rebellious kid. She's still 100% a caring mother. She's even voiced by the mom of the creator of the show, Matt Braley, which is such a neat detail that's stuck in my head. I would also like to mention how sad that room where she made a bunch of copies of Anne as her way of coping was, because wow, those months where she went missing without a trace were probably horrible and one of the more quietly sad aspects to Amphibia. Anne's dad is also pretty great. He's like the more fun, chill parent that's willing to be more goofy, and he provides some good comedy. He's also canonically a gamer, which is such a fun detail that's hard to describe why I love, but I do. Yo, Andres is a gamer too, holy crap. That's also probably why he cannot catch a break, because I swear this man gets crapped on the most for no reason, but I admit, it's kinda funny. I mean, this show's humor has been absolutely on point. I'm cranking up at least once per episode. Like, there's a number of jokes that I did not expect to ever happen, such as blatant references to both the whole debate about the Star Wars prequels and the dang guy looking back meme, but they got good laughs out of me for sure. There's been so many new lovable characters added as well besides Anne's parents. So many of them are so easy to love right from the start because there's this really fun and enthusiastic feel to many of their personalities that's hard not to get invested in. Characters like Dr. Jan and the robotics girls Ellie and Jess are good examples of this. I know we've only had Terry for 1 episode, but I really like her design and she's a likable ally. It's also the same voice actor as Webby from DuckTales, which is really hard not to hear. Mr. X2 is a very fun side antagonist. They do that whole trope of the guy obsessed with capturing and exposing the supernatural creatures, pretty fun with them. His assistant may not say any words, but I really like the whole design of having the giant round glasses covering their eyes. It's cool. I appreciate them not making Earth too grounded. It also feels very heightened with all the exuberant human characters. The background characters remind me of something like Phineas and Ferb, where they'll be there for a really quick gag, but it still ends up being pretty memorable. It helps how lovely so many of the designs are. Molly Jo was only in 1 episode, but she's absolutely adorable. Someone protect this child because her grandfather will be too busy in jail. Amphibia has always been really good with its side characters, but they did a really good job with Season 3's batch, but our main cast still continues to be great. It feels like this season has really paid off all the growth that Anne has gone through. She's come a long way since Season 1, and being on Earth again has shown what's changed about her, as she now has to take care of the planners instead of it being the other way around. I've grown to love the Planner family a lot throughout the show, and that still holds true in this season. It was pretty entertaining to watch them adapt to our own world, with their cute disguises that really shouldn't be fooling anyone, but I do love Sprig'S outfit. It's a nice outfit. I've liked seeing the relationships between the Planners and Anne's own family be developed. It was really endearing to see Sprig want to be accepted as part of Anne's own family in that one episode, and trying to please Anne's mom, and the way it ends, oh man, I love this show, y'all. Amphibia as a show is really great with its more tender moments, and Season 3 has kept that up, such as when it feels like Anne's mom fully accepts the Planners and how much Anne cares about them, or the Christmas special when Sprig gives Anne her Christmas gift. These characters have come a long way, and the show really lets you feel how much they care about each other. I think that is also a general strength with this season as a whole, just because it's a later season. Since the main cast are so familiar with each other at this point, the back and forths already have this greater level of engagement. I know this season may be a bit slow for some people so far. Many are probably itching for even more big stuff to happen after how big of an episode True Colors was, but then to have more chillax episodes after that can be jarring to some. I've been loving Season 3, but I know some have been kinda underwhelmed as a result of that. I think I haven't really been minding this because I've been having fun with all the episodes. To be honest, even in Season 2, Amphibia has always told its story piece by piece with each 12-minute episode. There was just more physical progression to the story since there was a lot of traveling, but many episodes are still about giving fun scenarios to flesh out the characters, and that style remains for Season 3. I know Spider Sprig as an episode doesn't really add much, but it's honestly one of my favorites from the season, and yes, it's largely because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and all the callbacks including the character with the robotic arm who's named Otto, and the Sakara Sprig put such a big smile on my face. I'm such a Spider-Man shill, yeah. The story has still been moving forward though, make no mistake. I think the biggest development so far is seeing Marcy get her body possessed by what's supposedly one of, if not the endgame villain for Amphibia. They held nothing back during this scene because goddamn were those screams haunting. This all also happens after Marcy gets her biggest fear shown to her, which was Anne and Sasha abandoning her after betraying them, which is all kinda sad. I think the team knew what they were doing when they made Marcy a character many loved from the start, to then make her one of the most tragic characters in the show. I think for the second half of this season, we're finally going to start seeing this invasion that's been building up in the background. The first half of the season really feels like it was meant to develop Earth as a location, so now I'm not sure how things are going to actually play out. Anne's calamity powers are definitely getting more of a spotlight though, since they've only appeared like 2 times at this point for this season. One thing that left me really excited though was the final scene of the Christmas special, where Anne was writing letters to Sasha and Marcy's families. Many have already realized how the separate letters to both of Sasha's parents implies they're divorced, which was a really subtle way of conveying that fact about Sasha's family. I have this feeling we may see some of the other girls' families as a result. There's just so many directions they can take Season 3, and I'm just so hyped for it to continue, even if this is going to be the last season of Amphibia. For now though, it's back into hiatus mode, but I just really want to share how much I've been enjoying Amphibia lately. It's one of my favorite shows that's currently airing, and it was a really fun thing to look forward to over the past few weeks for me. If any of y'all also have your own thoughts on Amphibia, feel free to share them in the comments because I love talking way too much about my interests. Heck, it's kinda why I started this channel in the first place. Well, that seems like a good place to call it. If you've enjoyed your time at all, subscribing, liking, all that kind of junk would be very appreciated. This is my first time talking about a show admittedly, but I have a bunch of videos of different games, and even a fan comic weirdly enough. You can check some of those out right here. With all that said, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.